So this session,
Yeah.
you know, think about, you know, putting that throttle down, you know, near the apex, if not a little bit before in most of the corners, but nice and smooth, getting some scoot off the corner. And then, you know, once you've got the wheel straightened out, then you can play into the 700 horsepower.
Yep.
Driving a race car, it's like playing any sport, you know. It doesn't feel that way at the beginning, but it takes a long time to really learn what the car wants, what you got to do, and just like anything, you know, you got to be patient with it.
Just not a lot of straightaway.
There's not a lot of straight, and even the straight isn't got a corner in it, you know.
Yeah.
But it's close and it's fun.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Welcome. This is the start of my second session. We're still going kind of slow here, because everybody's still getting the hang of the turns and whatnot.
So when you start getting some speed, you'll end up getting out here on those gator teeth.
Yeah.
It's a little rumbly, but it's okay. You just don't want to do a lot of turning on it.
Okay.
You know? But when we go through the right-hander, take a look at the curb and look at the camber over there.
Oh yeah, right here.
Yeah, you'll see it. See how it really drops?
Yeah.
That's where you got to put that tire right in there.
So in front of me is my wife in the RT, and then behind her is a friend of mine, Curtis, who is in a Corvette, and he's got some experience at this, and he's also got race tires on there, track tires, and so he really knows how to handle the turns in this. Doesn't have a lot of horsepower, but he's always right in there. So just a little bit about the screen here. You see my rear view mirror up on the top in the center. You see the cabin cam on the left there, where you can see the instructor giving hand signals and whatnot. You can see the map in the background of the course with the red indicating the track, and then of course gauges around the outside edge.
So I guess I'll let you pass right out of the gate this time.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
You know? It does upset the car a little, but not as much as you think it would. Yeah, and then right in there. Sometimes you can give it even a little bit more. You know? It's one of those turns where you can actively.
So here Curtis and I passed the RT. My wife was waving us on. So we definitely pick up the pace here a little bit. So as I said, Kurt, that with those race tires really handles the corner. So we're coming around the corner now into the big straightaway. This is the main straightaway of the track, where you can get up to 120, 130 miles an hour. So I'll usually catch up to Curtis at this point.
So let it come out a little bit.
Yeah.
And then now turn it in. There you go. See, that way you're not so far over here, you know?
Right.
You're kind of bringing the corner around.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, so here on the back straightaway is another passing zone, and we pass that Mazda Miata there. Catching up to another vet.
Man, straight on
You
that.
do, especially with this car.
Yeah.
So what we're talking about there is that over that hill, when you accelerate, you actually get airborne. So you really have to make sure that the wheel is straight at that point, or you're just going to fishtail in the air, which is pretty nerve-wracking and not something you want to do more than once. So here we got the okay to pass that vet. I wanted to pass Curtis, but he didn't wave me on, so I had to hold back right there.
A little later. There you go. Now in. Doing great.
This guy's got his Buick Century out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this Buick actually was supercharged. It was a supercharged V6, but here I finally passed Curtis.
A little bit more speed that time.
Yeah.
Throttle in.
Should I go?
Yep.
Yeah, so there the instructor waved me on, even though the driver didn't. And here I'm riding behind a Maserati, and these cars are fast on the straightaway, but man, they are boats. And you can just see this car tilting to one side around these turns. I don't know if he has adaptive suspension or not, but they are really boats compared, even compared to the Chargers.
That just feels real nice and smooth. You know?
Yeah.
Now you can see Curtis riding up my butt this whole time too in the rearview mirror there, because he's just whipping around those turns. But here we finally get to pass the Maserati. Coming around the straightaway again, Curtis still on me. And we're gonna pass this Miata here. You can see how I pull away from Curtis in the straightaway. Getting a little squirrely there. This is a very tough turn.
That's why I'm always a little worried about passing too late on that straightaway.
Yeah, you know, you just gotta, you can put a decent amount of brakes in when you first get on them. Not like crazy, build and then press and then back out a little bit.
So this is where the trouble starts. I have a little problem with the Hellcat up here. You're gonna hear something really sad up here in a minute. I go around this turn and listen to this supercharger. It sounds sick.
Uh-oh.
Running out of gas?
Maybe.
Yeah, it probably just does it on that one corner.
I got something going on.
That seems like gas.
I need to wave these guys over.
So there I'm waving the guys past.
It says I got an eighth of a tank.
Keep it rolling.
I think I stalled out.
Yeah. Pull it right into the grass. Yeah, they do run out early sometimes on the track.
Yeah.
Yeah, so lesson learned, guys. Make sure you have a full tank of gas when you come to the racetrack, because you just burn through it in no time.
Boy, that gas is quite a bargain here.
Yeah, it's awesomely cheap.
$6.50 a gallon.
You'll notice too, when it starts to rain a little, you'll see it on the windshield start to just slide up the windshield.
Yeah.
And as long as your tires are fairly warm, unless it goes to a full rain,
Yeah.
it really doesn't slow down at all until
Okay.
until the tires cool off. It's really tough going out on cold tires in the rain.
Yeah.
It isn't too bad having it rain while you have hot tires.
Yep.
You know?
So this is the start of the third session, and everybody's getting pretty comfortable at this point. And I'm behind a really good, fast group of cars here. I've got two Beamers in front of me. The gray one I think is an M3. The black one is an M5. And these guys are pretty good drivers, and they've got pretty powerful cars too. So one thing to notice on these tracks is all these orange cones. Well, they're supposed to be the points of turning. And then the cone on the inside is what you're supposed to aim for. That's called the apex. So you want to try to always get into the apex as closely as possible. And you want to start your turn at the cone that's approaching the turn. So here you can see this. I wanted to try to pass this Miata here, but he didn't wave us on.
This guy should be pointing, right?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, I still pass. But,
Yeah.
you know,
Well, you tell me if it's okay.
I will. I just don't know
I
what
don't-
this guy's gonna do, you know?
Yeah. I just don't want to break the rules. Or,
Yeah.
But if you tell me to go, I'm going to go.
So you see, the goal is to try to cut into that apex as tightly as possible because it means the shortest distance between point A to point B. Now here we both passed that Miata. He's coming up the works, and we're going to catch up to the black Beamer and the Vet up here again. Thing to watch is watch this Beamer accelerate. I mean, I'm stepping on it too, and he's booking, man. He's I think he's got some forced air in there. I'm not sure what the M Series have, but they definitely have some power.
Your wife's doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we finally start seeing the RT again for the first time on this third session. She's way up there in the corner, and here we are behind this Maserati again. So all three of us are going to pass him.
Now let it come out.
Cut that.
And then back in again, yeah. Feed a little gas in when you can.
This white Beamer was just a nightmare all day.
Yeah, be leery of this guy in the white BMW.
Yeah, I know. I remember him.
Yeah.
Whoop. All right, gotta remember that.
Got airborne on that lip again. Really tough to hold that in check. So the guy's waving me on there, the instructor. But the knucklehead on the white Beamer wouldn't let us pass. Wouldn't let me pass.
I'm not quite sure where he's going.
Yeah. Yeah.
Certainly hasn't hit one apex yet.
Yeah, this guy is just riding right down the middle of the course the entire way, not even hitting any apexes. He's got a big black wing on there. Just a nightmare. So here I finally pass him even though he didn't wave me on. And I got really close to him right there. I'd probably cut him off a little little bit, but hell with it. It was a wanker. That's a Honda Type R, or yeah, Honda Civic Type R. He was going pretty fast for a while, but I think there was some challenge in drives, limited driving skills in that car. Alright, so here's the RT, my wife driving, starting to come up on her, and I'll tell you what, it took me a while to catch up to her. I mean, I'm not laying off here at all. So she is definitely getting it, especially on these straightaways. It just goes to show you that you don't necessarily need a Hellcat on road courses. At least the power of a Hellcat. You definitely need the suspension, the adaptive suspension, big brakes and stuff like that. But yeah, man, she's getting it along here. We're approaching the straightaway, and I don't really gain on her much here. Much. Getting it. She said she had it up to about 112, where my top speed was about 129, 130. So here I finally pass her. And then I get stuck behind this Volkswagen GTI. But here you can see in my rearview mirror the RT behind me, and she hangs tough with me for a while if you keep looking at that rearview mirror. So again, this GTI should be going pretty fast, but again, I think there's some, that's some driver skill right there. So here, on the back straight we pass, and if you look in the rearview mirror, my wife passes too. Staying right with me. Now here in this straightaway, you'll see that I'll pull away from her a bit. And that supercharger just kicks in at 700 horsepower. There was nobody in our group that was really had that level of power on the straightaways. I was pretty much either pulling away or catching up to everybody. So here we're with this group again, the M5s, or the M Series cars, and the Corvette, and the RT still with us in the rearview mirror. But I liked riding with these guys all day. They definitely knew what they were doing, and it was challenging to keep up with them and stick with them. So I do cut a number of laps out of the footage here, but I was just dying to pass these Beamers on the straightaway, and they were never waving me on to do so. So here I finally get an opportunity to pass at least the gray one. Yeah, baby. Wanted to take that black one too, but it just ran out of room, and he wasn't going to let me pass either.
Ah, that felt good. I wanted to take that Beamer.
Yeah, that Beamer was squealing around that big corner there because he wasn't going to slow down and let me pass. So this vet ends up slowing us down a little bit. But here the M5 and myself, we end up passing the vet on the straightaway. He's waving us on. You can see him pointing out his window there. Almost took him here. I think this is where the guy realized that that he was going to have to let me pass. Turns here. It was a challenge to keep up with him around these corners. So he was hitting the apex as well, doing all the turns correctly. So he's tucking it right in there around the corners. But then when we get to the straightaway here, he finally relents. Because I was definitely going to take him on this one. I was close enough to really blow by him. So he hangs in the rearview mirror for a while, and we're almost done. It's just this is like the final lap.
A little short on that one.
A little early, not too bad.
So here on the left, you see the flag person there was holding out the checker flag, which means that the session is over. So you're supposed to pull into the pits on the next roundabout.
Apparently they didn't see it.
Yeah.
That was great. Good job.
Oh, man, that was good.
That was awesome up the uphill. You know, you can get on the throttle earlier there, but you just can't get too greedy going over the top.
Right. Oh, that lip freaks me out because I've gotten a little sideways on that a couple
but
times.
you can feed some gas into it.
Yeah.
And then when you get to the top, lift out of it a little bit.
Yep.
You know, and then roll back in.
Yeah.
That was good. Good. You got a great line. You know, it's consistent.
So fun.
You'll have to come do another one.
Oh yeah.
Like I say, Watkins Glen is
Yeah,
the place for this car.
Yep.
Yeah, Watkins Glen has a lot of straightaways for high horsepower cars.
Your wife was doing great.
Yeah, I know.
She's got a
You
smile.
were kicking ass.
Fucking A, man.
Oh, smell them brakes. Man. Well, guys, I might have to sit this last one out because I got some fluid leakage here. My driving instructor thinks it's probably the CV joint. So he said it's a tough call whether I do the last run or not. I got one more run after this, but I don't know. If I do a run, I gotta go easy on it, which is kind of hard in this beast. I might see if my wife wants to sit one out and I'll take the RT, but we'll see. Other than that, been tearing it up.